We'll begin the hearing with opening statement. Chair recognizes himself. Government's not supposed to change the rules without a vote of Congress. Executive branch executes the laws. The legislative branch passes the laws. But when you bypass that format, which is exactly what the ATF has done, you get all kinds of bad things. First, it was the pistol brace rule. November 26, 2012, the ATF told the inventor of the pistol brace, quote, he would not be subject to the National Firearms Act. But last year, they changed the rule. After 12 years, changed the rule. The rule, by the way, the pistol brace was put together to help disabled veterans be able to shoot, be able to practice and shoot at the range. Now, with the rule change, if you don't turn it in, get rid of it, you become a felon. Then it was a policy change that the ATF enacted. The ATF now says...
Welcome back to the channel. The Biden administration is waging war on law-abiding gun owners. Their weapon of choice, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, better known as the ATF. Congressman Jim Jordan is leading the charge against the ATF's latest assault on our Second Amendment rights. He's demanding answers about their heavy-handed tactics. These tactics target honest gun dealers across America. Jordan recently grilled ATF Director Steve Dettelbach in a heated congressional hearing. The subject? The ATF's disturbing pattern of treating minor paperwork errors as intentional violations. These violations can lead to the revocation of a federal firearms license, or FFL. This is a death sentence for gun dealers. It shuts them down permanently. The ATF claims these measures are necessary to keep guns out of the wrong hands. But Jordan isn't buying it. He sees this for what it is, a blatant attempt to shut down as many gun dealers as possible. This is nothing less than a backdoor attempt at gun control. The Biden administration knows they can't confiscate guns directly, so they're going after the people who sell them. The ATF's crusade against lawful gun owners is nothing new. They've been at it for years. But under the Biden administration, they've been emboldened. They're operating with a level of impunity we haven't seen before. They know they have the full backing of the White House, and they're using that power to target anyone who dares to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Consider the case of Brian Malinowski. He was a loving father, a successful businessman, and a law-abiding gun owner. He was also the victim of a botched ATF raid, a raid that cost him his life. The ATF stormed his home on a flimsy pretext. They claimed he was selling guns illegally, but they were wrong. Malinowski was innocent. The ATF's actions were reckless and unjustified. They left a family shattered and a community outraged. But the ATF has yet to be held accountable for their actions. In fact, they've doubled down on their aggressive tactics. They're sending a clear message. If you own a gun, you're a target. The ATF's overreach is having a devastating impact on small gun dealers. These are the backbone of the firearms industry. They're the ones who provide essential services to law-abiding gun owners. But they're being squeezed out of business by the ATF's relentless regulations and enforcement actions. Many small gun dealers operate in rural areas. These areas often have limited access to law enforcement, so these dealers play a vital role in providing for the safety and security of their communities. But the ATF doesn't care. They're more interested in pushing their anti-gun agenda than they are in protecting the rights of law-abiding citizens. The ATF's actions are having a chilling effect on the entire firearms industry. Gun dealers are afraid to speak out for fear of retaliation. They're afraid to challenge the ATF's authority, and they're afraid to make even the slightest mistake, knowing it could cost them their livelihood. The Second Amendment is under attack like never before. The Biden administration and their allies in the ATF are determined to disarm law-abiding Americans. They're using every tool at their disposal to achieve their goal, but we will not back down. We will not surrender our rights without a fight. Congressman Jordan is a hero for standing up to the ATF. He's giving a voice to the voiceless. He's fighting for the rights of every American who believes in the Second Amendment. We must stand with him. We must make our voices heard. We must let the Biden administration know that we will not tolerate their attacks on our freedoms. Don't forget to like, comments, and subscribe.
Says, if a federal firearms licensee makes a mistake on the form, even if it's a clerical mistake, well, that now equals a, quote, willful falsifying of records and they could lose their license. In fact, 157 FFLs lost their license last year in this gotcha game that the ATF is playing with people who are in the business of selling firearms. And the pressure to deal with what the ATF comes out and finds you made some mistake on a form
items. Don't forget to like, comments, and subscribe.